Plasmodium knowlesi can also infect humans. This group of human pathogenic Plasmodium is usually referred to as malaria parasites. Next slide. Anopheles gambiae is probably the most well-known species in the genus Anopheles, a genus of approximately 400 species of insects, some 35 of which contain Plasmodium parasites. Anopheles gambiae is the most well-known of the list as it's the most common vector for the most aggressive and lethal form of malaria, Plasmodium falciparum. It is the only female Anopheles mosquito that transmits malaria, as males live for only 1 week, feeding on nectar and other sources of sugar. Females will also feed on sugar sources for energy, but usually require a blood meal for the development of eggs. After obtaining a full blood meal, the female will rest for a few days while the blood is digested and eggs are developed. This process depends on the temperature, but usually takes 2 to 3 days in tropical conditions. Once the eggs are fully developed, the female lays them and resumes host seeking. The cycle repeats itself until the female dies, and the female feeds on a host suffering from malaria. The parasite develops within the female and uses the mosquito as a vector. Plasmodium parasites have 2 forms: the male microgametocytes and the female microgametocytes that are ingested by an Anopheles mosquito during a blood meal. Whilst in the mosquito's stomach, the microgametocytes penetrate the macrogametes, generating zygotes. The zygotes, in turn, become motile and elongated, allowing them to invade the midgut wall of the mosquito, where they develop into oocytes. These oocytes grow, rupture, and release sporocytes, which make their way to the mosquito's salivary glands, and inoculation of the sporocytes into a new human host perpetuates the malaria life cycle. Next slide, please. During a blood meal, a malaria-infected female Anopheles mosquito inoculates sporocytes into the human host. Sporocytes infect liver cells and mature into schizoids, which rupture and release merozytes. In Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium ovale, a dormant stage technocytes can persist in the liver and cause relapses by invading the bloodstream weeks, or even years later. After this initial replication in the liver, exoerythrocyte schizoid body, the parasites undergo asexual multiplication in the erythrocytes. Merozytes infect red blood cells, and the ring stage trophozoites mature into schizoids, which rupture, releasing merozoites. Next slide, please. Some parasites differentiate into sexual erythrocytic stages gametocytes. Blood stage parasites are responsible for the clinical manifestations of the disease. As the malaria parasites can lie dormant in the liver, once a person is infected with malaria, they can cure bowel malaria, and if the infection is the Plasmodium falciparum, then there is a 1 to 10 chance that one of these attacks may be fatal. Thank you for inviting me to share my knowledge in this symposium.
Our second speaker for today is also a graduate of Bachelor of Science, major in Pharmacy from the Faculty of Pharmacy of University of Santa Cruz. After passing the board examination, she worked at Diamond Laboratories Incorporated for 2 years. Now, she is currently working as researcher in the Medical Department, Clinical Research Division of Research Institute for Tropical Medicine, or RITM. Please join me in giving her a very warm welcome to Ms. Amy Medina, RP.